Heck, when you line up the 2026 Toyota RAV4 against the 2026 Lexus NX, you're basically staring at the same DNA split two different ways. One's the no-nonsense daily grinder, the other's the dressed-up sibling trying to steal the spotlight. Damn near feels like picking between work boots and polished loafers. And I'll tell you right now, the choice isn't as obvious as folks think. Hello everyone, this is Scott from CarlandTV. It's time to hop in the front seat because today, I'm putting these two head-to-head and digging into whether you're better off saving your cash with the RAV4 or spending extra to roll around in that Lexus badge. But first, do me a quick favor, tap that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. It ain't required, but those clicks keep this thing rolling and make it easier for me to keep dropping solid car content straight to your screen. Now let's get back into it. Exterior and road presence. The first thing you notice when you park the 2026 Toyota RAV4 next to the 2026 Lexus NX is just how different their personalities are, even though they're cut from the same Toyota DNA. The RAV4 just went through a full redesign for 2026, and Toyota really beefed it up. The body's boxier, the roofline's taller, and you've got bigger quarter windows that make it feel closer to a Mini 4Runner than the soft, car-like RAV4 it used to be. Toyota didn't stretch the tape measure much. The overall length still sits right around 181 inches, wheelbase 105.9 inches, but the more upright greenhouse makes it look and feel larger than before. Now, swing your eyes to the Lexus NX, and it's a whole different story. Lexus kept it sharp and premium, leaning on that spindle grille, slimmer headlights, and more sculpted body lines. Dimension-wise, the NX is about 183.5 inches long, with a 105.9-inch wheelbase, so, yeah, nearly identical bones to the RAV4. But the sheet metal tells a different tale. The NX is sleeker, sportier, and carries that luxury vibe that buyers expect when they drop north of 40 grand. So while both SUVs share Toyota's GAK platform, the styling split couldn't be clearer. RAV4 screams rugged daily driver, NX whispers upscale commuter. And that sets the stage perfectly, because once you step inside, the gap in attitude gets even louder. Interior design and cabin vibe. Alright, let's dive into the cabins, because that's where the RAV4 and NX really start showing their true colors. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 ditches the old, car-like setup for something chunkier and tougher, almost like Toyota raided the Tacoma parts bin. The dash has beefier shapes, a deep storage shelf in front of the passenger, and cup holders moved into a smarter layout alongside the shifter. Depending on trim, you get two totally different shifters. The core trims come with a small electric tab-style shifter, works a lot like what you see in modern Porsches, while the Woodland and GR Sport trims get big, traditional PRNDL levers, straight out of the Tacoma and new 4Runner. Every RAV4 gets a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, and a 10.9-inch touchscreen comes standard, with a massive 14.6-inch unit available. That's a huge upgrade over the old 8-inch screen, and bigger than what you'll find in a Honda CR-V. Materials lean mass market, vinyl door pads and faux leather that feels richer than it sounds, but it's all about functionality first. Jump over to the Lexus NX, and the vibe changes completely. Standard interior comes with Nulux synthetic leather, optional real leather, open-pore wood or aluminum trim, and ambient lighting. The NX runs a 9.8-inch touchscreen standard, with a 14-inch display available, plus extras like a head-up display and Mark Levinson premium audio. Where the RAV4 feels rugged and practical, the NX feels sculpted and refined. And that contrast only grows once you start looking at actual passenger space and cargo numbers. That's where the RAV4 flexes its utility, technology and screens. When I climb into a new ride, the first thing my eyes go hunting for is the screen situation. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 finally showed up ready to play. You get a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster standard, across the board, no half measures. On the center stack, Toyota tossed the old 8-inch unit in the trash and now gives you a 10.9-inch touchscreen right out the gate, with an optional 14.6-inch slab if you want to flex. That's bigger than what the CR-V offers, and it puts some midsize SUVs to shame. They also cleaned up the interface, new tile menus so you can see more than one thing at a time, plus wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and multiple USB-C ports. Oh, and dual wireless charging pads. That's the kind of daily driver stuff that actually makes sense. Slide over to the Lexus NX, and it's obvious Toyota's luxury arm went for polish. The base system runs a 9.8-inch screen, but most trims people buy are rocking the 14-inch Lexus interface display. The NX also layers in goodies the RAV4 doesn't get. Head-up display, a slick digital rearview mirror. And if you tick the box for that Mark Levinson audio system, the sound quality will flat out embarrass the RAV4's JBL setup. Both rigs share Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, which comes with adaptive cruise, lane tracing, and collision avoidance. But Lexus throws in extras like a digital key and cloud-based navigation that feel upscale. So, Toyota built the muscle. Lexus dressed it in a suit. Now let's dig into what that means for passenger space and cargo. Passenger space and cargo, man. The second I sit in the 2026 Toyota RAV4, I can tell they built this thing with real-world use in mind. That taller greenhouse and blockier roofline don't just look tougher, they actually make the cabin feel wide open, with bigger side glass, so you don't feel boxed in. Cargo space? You're looking at about 37.6 cubic feet behind the rear seats, and drop them flat, and it jumps to over 69 cubic feet. That's the kind of room that swallows strollers, camping gear, or a full Costco haul without breaking a sweat. Rear seats sit a little higher now, more chair-like, which makes long drives easier on the knees, and most trims toss in USB-C ports and rear vents. It's practical, plain, and simple. Now, hop in the Lexus NX, and it's a whole different vibe. Lexus carved out space for style and comfort, but you pay for it in the cargo room. Only 22.7 cubic feet, with the seats up and about 46.9 with them folded. That's a big gap if you're hauling gear. Ear legroom isn't as generous either, though the seats themselves are cushier, with softer padding and available heating. It feels more lounge than utility rig, and that's exactly the point. So here's how it shakes out. The RAV4 is the one you load up for a weekend trip or a cross-country haul, while the NX is the one you grab when you want your passengers smiling in the back. And the split only gets sharper once you crack the hood. Powertrain options. When I crack the hood on these two, that's where you see Toyota and Lexus throwing their weight around in different ways. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 ditched plain gas engines. Every single one is hybrid now. The standard setup is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder paired with electric motors, kicking out 219 horsepower. That's plenty to move this thing with confidence while still sipping fuel. Then you've got the big dog, the RAV4 Prime plug-in hybrid. That one's packing 302 horsepower, making it the most powerful RAV4 Toyota's ever built. You can run it on electric juice for short daily commutes, or stomp on the gas and it rips harder than you'd expect from a compact SUV. Toyota even made it fun. The Woodland and GR Sport trims bring tougher suspension and chunkier controls, so it doesn't just feel like an appliance. Now, the Lexus NX lineup is where they throw in more variety. Base NX 250 uses the same 2.5-liter engine at 203 horsepower. Decent, but not exciting. Step up to the NX 350 and you're working with a 2.4-liter Turbo 4 good for 275 horsepower, which gives you a lot more punch off the line. And the NX 450 hours plus plug-in? That's 304 horsepower, basically neck and neck with the RAV4 Prime, but wrapped in Lexus luxury with quieter cabin tuning and more insulation. So yeah, the RAV4 is all about hybrid efficiency with a surprise haymaker in the Prime, while the NX lets you pick your flavor, basic, turbo, or plug-in with polish. And that choice flows straight into long-term ownership, reliability, and ownership costs. I don't care how shiny the badge looks. If a rig's a pain in the ass to keep running, I'm out. And here's where Toyota and Lexus both flex, because year after year they land at the top of the reliability charts. The 2026 RAV4 is still banking on Toyota's bulletproof rep. Consumer Reports has had the RAV4 pegged above average for predicted reliability, and J.D. Power usually keeps it near the top of the compact SUV pack. Parts are everywhere, mechanics know these things inside and out, and routine service is cheap. Toyota's warranty is the usual 3 years or 36,000 miles bumper to bumper, plus 5 years or 60,000 miles on the powertrain, and hybrid components are covered up to 8 years divided by 100,000 miles. Bottom line, you can beat on a RAV4 and not sweat the bills. Now, the Lexus NX isn't far behind. Lexus has been the king of long-term dependability for damn near 2 decades, often topping J.D. Power's vehicle dependability study. You're looking at the same Toyota engineering underneath, just with nicer trim and tighter tolerances. The NX gives you a little more peace of mind with a longer basic warranty, 4 years or 50,000 miles, and the same 6-year or 70,000-mile powertrain coverage. But, fair warning, parts and labor cost more. That door handle or infotainment module on the NX isn't priced like the RAV4's. So if you want to keep it simple and cheap, the RAV4's the easy play. If you don't mind higher service bills in exchange for luxury polish, the NX will still go the distance. So, which should you buy? Here's where the rubber really meets the wallet. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 still plays the value card hard. Base trims kick off right around 30 grand. And even if you climb the ladder into a fully loaded prime plug-in, you're topping out near the mid-$40,000 range. For that money, you're getting a roomy SUV with hybrid guts, strong resale, and one of the best track records for long-term dependability. Insurance and parts stay reasonable too, which is why you see so many of these things still running after 10 years of daily abuse. Now look at the 2026 Lexus NX, and you're in a whole different ballpark. Starting prices hover around $42,000. And if you want that NX 450 hours plus plug-in with the big screen and Mark Levinson audio, you're looking north of 60 grand. That's luxury brand money, and you feel it in the details. The quieter ride, the cushier seats, the extra tech features you won't find in a Toyota showroom. But make no mistake, maintenance and repairs will hit your wallet harder, and depreciation isn't as gentle as some folks think once you cross that premium threshold. So here's my call. If you want a smart, dependable rig that handles family duty, road trips, and still looks tougher than before, the RAV4 is the one. If you've got the budget and you want the Lexus badge, the NX will make you smile every time you slide behind the wheel. Both share Toyota bones, but the one you pick depends on whether you're chasing function or prestige.